it's Maragda, and welcome back to I Had Plans, the podcast where I talk about tech life, freelance life, business life, parenting, and anything else that pops up in between. Today, I wanted to share my experience doing a podcast so far. This is episode 9, and honestly, it's been really fun. I've wanted to start a podcast for a while, but I never found the time, or I always found a reason to put it off. So after months of thinking about it, drafting ideas, brainstorming titles and topics, I decided, no, I'll just go for it. You know that saying, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction? Well, that's what I told myself. So I sat down and I launched it in a couple of days. And my goal was simple: get a few episodes out there and then figure out the rest as I go. That was the only way I was going to get it done. So here's what I did. A quick Google search helped me find what I needed. I already knew about the audio recording software, Audacity, but I wanted something to make the audio sound a bit more polished, and I didn't want to spend too much time doing it. Auphonic has been a lifesaver. You should check it out. For hosting, I went with Spotify Creators, simple yet effective. All my episodes are on there. Next came the recording and editing. Now, since my goal was just to launch, I didn't aim for long episodes. And furthermore, I like short to the point podcasts. So that's what I created. Once the first 2 episodes were ready to be scheduled, I moved on to creating the graphics with Canva. I bought a domain and then I set up my website on WordPress, and that's it. Launch day was very exciting. I logged in to see if anyone had listened to my first episodes, even though I had done a bit of a soft launch and hadn't really told anyone about it. It was exciting, though, to see that people had listened to my podcast. Here's what I've learnt while doing this podcast. So I don't have a script, but I do prepare some notes and just do a quick run through of what I'll say before recording. And this helps me stay focused and avoid rambling. I want to keep the episodes tight because if I start talking, I'll never stop. So that's been really helpful. I've learned, of course, that podcasting is a great exercise in imperfect action. Creating every episode has just reinforced that. Now, you might notice if you try to create a podcast that your voice might sound strange to you at first. I think a lot of people say that they hate their voice when they hear it. Or your first episodes might not be polished. Don't aim for perfection. They're good enough to start, and improvement comes with practice. That's what I keep telling myself, and that's what I'm doing. The next thing I think I need to point out is that consistency is key. So you need to keep recording those podcast episodes every week, every fortnight, or whatever your schedule is. So working in batches has really helped me. I'll put aside an hour or so and prepare notes for a few episodes, record them, edit them the same day if I have time, or maybe another time when I can get to it, and then just schedule them. So it's always helpful to do a few episodes at a time. That's easier for me because my episodes are quite short. I found that reflection has been a great lesson while doing these episodes, like planning what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, what I've learned. It's like a form of journaling, really. And the bonus is that someone else might actually find what you say useful. Last of all, connection. Connection I have found to be very powerful. I didn't expect it, but it did happen. So even small interactions like a message from a listener, a like, or a comment remind you that sharing your experiences can make a difference. So apart from the obvious benefits, there's also the fun element. I've been able to experiment with style, tones, topics, and a bit of a snack break commentary. It's like a little creative playground. It's been surprisingly rewarding. I really do enjoy doing these episodes. Now, the trick, as with everything, is to find the balance between having the fun and, sacrificing some time out of your week to do it. Overall, it's been a great learning experience. Every episode, I think, when you do a podcast, builds your skills, builds your confidence, and it's great for your online presence. And what I like is that you can look back on your episodes and see your growth, even when you've only done a few. I look back on my first episode and say, wow, okay. If you're thinking about starting a podcast yourself, my advice is simple. Just start. Just do it. Learn as you go. Figure it out along the way. And every episode is a step forward. It's an improvement. It's growth. And eventually you'll find your rhythm. And that's what I'm doing too. That's it for this episode of I Had Plans. I'd love to hear from you. Are you thinking of starting a podcast? Do you already have one? What surprised you most along the way? What do you like most about it? Send me a message, share your story, or just say hi. See you next week.